For changing out your headlight bulbs in this application, these are some of the things you'll need. You'll need a flashlight. I got one right here as well. I'll use that to light it up. A clip removal tool. I didn't end up using this because I found a better way to use it without that. You are going to need a ratchet with some sort of 8 mil. It is an 8 millimeter. You're going to have, you should have 3 screws, and we'll go over that. A pair of cutters, which you may or may not use. I had to, and you'll see why in a little bit here. And of course, your new bulbs. And then, of course, I always have a pair of gloves as well. Got one of them sitting right here. And we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Starting here on the driver's side, you're gonna have your wheel turned as far in as you possibly can. If you're more comfortable with it, you can take the wheel off, but for right now, I'm just gonna have it turned in as far as I possibly can. And then on the inside here, the inner wheel well needs to come at least folded in so you can reach in and get the bulb out. On here, you're gonna have a bunch of screws. They're gonna be 8 mils. So there's one right there. There's supposed to be one right here. I'm missing it. And there's supposed to be one right in there. I'm missing that one as well, so we only have the one up top. There are a few clips that you can also take off. One being right back there by the strut tower. There's another one hidden right there. These are not necessary to take off, but it'll make it easier to fold the inner wheel well liner inward so that you can have more access in there. So with an 8 mil, I'm going to take off this one. These commonly do snap. I believe that's what happened with these other two, just from rust and corrosion, so just be careful. Sometimes they do not come out easy. And this one is fighting. We'll get it off. Okay, that's about how long it is. So with that off, now most of this is loose. Now, on the bottom, there are normally rivets, I believe is what they are. This one is missing them. So we actually have a metal zip tie holding the liner to the front bumper here. So all I'm gonna do is cut this. And if you have rivets or screws, whatever is supposed to be in there, you can take those out, cut them out, whatever you need to do. That, and we'll take this, maybe, there we go, and then we'll throw a new zip tie in there. This is kind of messed up down here, but there will be some sort of screw down here. There should be 2 of them, and then you'll have access to that. Now from here, we're going to take, you can use a screwdriver. I have these, this is a clip removal tool. I'm not going to remove the other clips, but if you need to squeeze something in here, you can. This one has been mangled before. We've got debris in there, of course. So now you can actually see inside, but I'm going to go ahead and pause and fix the light so you guys can see better. Okay, I went ahead and redid the lighting down here. Actually, I have 2 flashlights down there. It's pretty dark on the camera, so I went ahead and folded the liner in just against the tire there. Just trying not to damage it. I mean, it is plastic, but you can still possibly rip or tear it, which you don't want to do. So looking inside, we have a lot going on here. Down on the bottom here, that whitish looking thing, that is the fog light. You want to look up here for the headlight, and it's this plastic cap that you have to twist off. If it's the first time doing it, it is very difficult to get it off for the first time. From my experience, there's a gasket in there. They seize, they swell up, so just be careful not to break the plastic pieces. If you need to, you may be able to get some sort of pliers in there to mangle it off, but I'm gonna go ahead and just try to see if I can get it off my hand. This has been off before. Just gonna see how easy it is. Oh, okay, there it goes. It is moving. Got it to move just a little bit. I'm just wiggling it back and forth. Should help. Okay, I've been messing with it for about a minute or two now. Get my camera in there, maybe. Here we go, kind of. So wiggling it back and forth, left to right. I'm gonna try to pull it out. So it is loose now. So you carefully grab one of these fins. You can pull it right off. See, there is a rubber gasket on there, and that can seize it up quite a bit if you can't get it off with your hand. Now, inside here, see it? There is a connector. See if we can't zoom in here. There is a connector in there. Set the flashlight down here. So this is not the stock headlight for the Jeeps. So the regular ones, you should be able to just twist out and pull out. This one has a tab in there, as you can see right here. So that'll need to come in. There is one on each side, so there's another one over here. Here coming out. Again, these are not the stock headlights. These are aftermarket ones. And I'll show that in a minute here. Fix my flashlight down there. So again, there's a tab on either side on these ones that need to come out. And the one on the inside is giving me a little bit of trouble. Okay, I'm gonna mess with it off camera real fast, see if I can't get it. Okay, after playing with it for a minute, I got it out. I had to take my glove off to really get it. I'm gonna reach up in here now. That actually should fold up. Wire in the way. So these two tabs fold up, and then the actual bulb comes out. And here's our bulb. So again, this connector is not the same as the stock ones, so stock ones are much easier. Once you have the bulb out on these ones, just pull it off with the connector very carefully. And here's our bulb. Doesn't look bad, but it stopped working on us, so we're gonna replace it. And again, this is what it looks like as a connector in here, or excuse me, a lock. This is the connector. Stock ones are just going to have the simple, just like one of these or one of those, just a simple tab connector on those ones. So I went ahead and got this pack from O'Reilly. It's about $50, not too bad. Came with two because, well, fortunately I have both out at the same time. Here's a new one. Get down here. Looks good. There actually is a difference between this one and the old one. Very slightly, the spring right in the center on the old one is a little bit bent up. I'm not sure what happened, but hey, either way, it went bad. So all we got to do is plug this in and then verify that it works, and then we'll plug everything up back together the way that it was. Okay, I got it plugged in there. And now I'm just gonna come up here, turn the headlight switch on, which is gonna be on the right side here. One click to the right will turn it on if it's on auto. If it's on off, then I'll just turn it to the headlight symbol there. Take a look on the inside, and it is working, it is on. So now we're good to shut this back off. Like that. And now we're gonna do everything in the reverse order. And I already know it's going to be a pain getting that light back locked up in there. So we're just going to stuff this in there. There's some wires in the way. Got this like so. We have to make sure this this tab right there is actually out of the way before you push the light bulb inside the housing. If not, it will get caught, which it is right now, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to pull it back out and move that out of the way on the other side. I apologize. I know you can't see anything that I'm doing right now, but it is very tight and very hard to do with one hand. So I have the tab now free. Now I can slide this in. Maybe. Again, very hard to do with one hand here. There we go. So once it's pushing all the way, it has to be in the correct orientation. And it's still fighting with me here. So the tabs will go down. And then you can lock both into place by pushing on them. And you'll kind of feel and hear a click. And again, this one on the inside, the one on the inside over here is giving me some problems again. Okay, I was able to squeeze you guys in there. Also, so I can see if I did it right. But that black and blue wire was actually behind the clip. I wasn't careful enough, and that's why I was getting stuck. But both of those are now locked into place. You can verify. And also that white wire on the very bottom, I can't point at it. It was also getting caught in there. So lots of wires in there. Just be careful you don't pinch any or strip any, or even, you know, cut them in half or anything like that. That'll be very bad. But now it is secured in there, so we can put the plastic cover on, which it was kind of tough getting it off. It is a little bit harder getting it back on. You see there is some slots. There's one right there, there's another one over there, one right there, and there's also one right here. On your disc here, you're gonna see the slots. There's one right there, one right there, and there's 4 all the way around. You have to line those up, which can be challenging. Also, this wire loom right here also gets in the way. You have to kind of pry that back, put that in there, and then if I can get the camera right, there we go. I rotate it until you get those tabs lined up perfectly. I got it right there. So now you push it in and then you rotate it to tighten it. I am going to use this just a little bit of extra grip on there. I'm just going to grip on one of these if I can. And just make sure that I can't get it any tighter, which I don't believe that I can. And then actually I'm going to use that and give it a little tug. Yep, that ain't coming out, so that's good where it's at. That basically just prevents water from getting in there, dust and dirt. So from here, I'm going to remove the flashlights. Those out of the way, and then I'm going to peel this back. Now it's kind of stuck in that position, which kind of sucks, but so I'm going to line up this, put it back to kind of how I had it before. Since it's kind of wet and cold outside, this plastic kind of stuck into that shape, but it should over time go back to how it was originally. Actually, you know what? I think I might stick the screw that I do have in that bottom one there. This guy right here. I might stick this one in there just to kind of hold that back, because I don't want any issues with that hitting the tire or anything. It already has before. Take that 8mm. We're just gonna feed this in there carefully, and I'll see if I can't find another one. But I mean, that's Yeah, this whole thing's pretty old. I'm missing 2 of the screws in here. I'll show you guys again. It's supposed to be one right there, and then the one down here. You can see there's now a gap in there. But water's gonna get in there no matter what, so we're good there. But I'm gonna see if I can't find an extra screw for that. Down here, I'm gonna just put another zip tie in there. Secure that. You can use screws or clips, whatever you have, whatever you took out of there, and that'll work too. All right, we're on the passenger side. I went ahead and turned the wheel all the way to the steering wheel all the way to the left to turn this wheel inward. That way we have room. This side is a little bit more messed up than the other side. You can see this came off at some point when it was rubbing on the tire. So we have 1 screw missing there, another one. So this side we only have that top screw again. And then there is another metal zip tie underneath holding this piece onto here. So with the 8mm, I'm gonna go ahead and take that bolt screw out. This side, you have plenty of space. So this is the easy side. Obviously we have our fog light down here. I believe that's for the, I'm not sure what that's for, so I'm not even gonna say it. But, oh, actually, this is just the connector that goes into the assembly. That's what that is. Okay. Put it in here. Oh, yeah. So this one came right out, and then boom. Obviously, a lot more room on this side. Go ahead and set that down to the side. I'll get you guys in here. Again, same deal. We have some clips on the side, and then it should pull right out. For whatever reason, I can never do it with gloves on. Okay, I'm gonna take the connector off of the light and kind of push it off inside. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier here. These connectors are very stuck. I don't think they've ever been taken off. Because this side's never been replaced. The other side had been replaced last year, so there we go. There we go. I got it now. So I'll try to zoom in here. Push this up, and you can pull this right out. And this guy is clearly blown. See, the spring is completely blown off, so go ahead and grab it in. Normally you want to wear gloves. Try not to get your the oil off your hands on the bulb itself. On these ones, there's a tab right on top there that needs to be facing up. Focus in, please, thank you. And put the tabs up, push this in, and now we can lock these tabs into place. There we go, that went a lot smoother than the other side. Grab our connector and plug it in. Now we'll just come over here, back to our driver's side, turn on the light, 1 click. That one's still working, and we have a light in that one as well. And actually, while we're here, these are the aftermarket ones. They have 3 strips of running lights and then a circle. The stock one pretty much looks like this. This side's not working right now. It's just the bulb without any running lights. That's the stock ones. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link down below. I got these off Amazon. I like them. That side just needs to be fixed, but yeah, these are nice. I do like them. See them back a little bit. Actually, I'll turn off the headlights so you can see them without the lights on. That's kind of what they look like. I like them, so I put them on. They are kind of pricey, but for what they are, I think they're pretty cool. Better than the plain old stock ones.